Hello friends, this is Manish Pandey. Welcome back. In this video, I am going to show you how to download the latest version of MySQL in Windows 10. So without any delay, I am going to show you how to download the latest version. So before that, if you have not subscribed my channel, then please subscribe and please press the like button. So let me open Chrome browser here. So here, to start downloading MySQL latest version, you have to open this Chrome browser or any of the browser. You have to search MySQL download, and then you will be getting this option, this link, MySQL download, this one. And then we are on the download page, mysql.com/downloads. Right now there are two options here. We have Enterprise and Community Edition. So MySQL also giving Community Edition for developing purpose, so that MySQL developer or whoever they want to learn, they can learn from here. They can download this MySQL free of cost, and they can learn this. And there is other, that is Enterprise version. So in this video I am going to show you how to download the community version, that is free. So you have to go down here and click on MySQL Community GPL downloads. Click on this, and once you click on this, you will come here, MySQL Community downloads, and then you can see all these installers and downloads available here. But we need to install only MySQL installer for Windows. And here you can see we have option to download MySQL. And if you click on archives, so in the archives we have the previous version of MySQL. It means you can install the previous version of MySQL from here. If you want to install any of that, we have the option, the version of this product, we can select and we can download that. But I'm going to show you how to install the latest version of that. Go back from this archives. We are now on this page. From here we have to select our operating system. So as we are going to download for our Windows 10, so I'm going to select this one because I have already selected Windows installer. And then you can see here Windows x86 32-bit MSI installer, and the size of this is 2.4 MB, and this is the latest version of MySQL. This is 8.0.23, and this one again 32-bit same, but the size is 422.4 MB. It means in this installer you will be getting the complete software, but here this is 2.4 MB. It means if you will install this one, then after that again you have to download that. It means once you will click on this, double click on that software, it will start downloading all these files from server. It means first it will connect with the MySQL server, and then it will download all this, and then it will install in your system. But here we are not going to do that. We are directly going to download all this exe, all these files available for the MySQL, right? Click on this. Once you click on that, it will ask you to log in or sign up. So if you already have login credential of the Oracle, you can do that. If you don't want to log in or sign up with the Oracle web account, you can directly come to this, no thanks, just start my download. You can just click on that and it will start downloading. So just wait for some time and you can see it will start downloading. It will take some time, it depends on your internet speed. So it is done now. You can click on open folder, and here you can see we have downloaded this MySQL installer community version 8.0.23. right now you can close this browser, and now I'm going to show you how to install this MySQL latest version on Windows 10. So just what you have to do, follow this one. So you have to double click on that, and it will start installing this MySQL. And now installer has started here, MySQL installer 1.4. And here you have to now start choosing your setup type and download and installation like that. So here you can see we have multiple options here: developer default, server only, client only, full and custom. So if we'll click on full, it will install all these features. It will install all these application products available for the MySQL: MySQL server, MySQL cell, MySQL router, workbench, connectors, documentation, samples and examples, and much more. So without any delay, I'm just going to show you. We need to just click on developer defaults, because we are just going to download our MySQL only for the developing purpose, right? We are not going to use only server or only client or only something, but we have a multiple options. You can choose that. So once you click on this radio button, developer default, in this it will have MySQL server, MySQL cell, MySQL router, workbench, Visual Studio for MySQL, and MySQL connectors. And there are some examples and tutorials will be there with the documentation. Now just select that and click on next. So what you have to do not do anything, just click on next. Those products with missing requirements will not be installed or upgraded. Do you want to continue? So if you want to select any of those, you can select, otherwise you can say yes, I'm okay. And then you can see these are the things we are going to install in our system: SQL server, MySQL workbench, cell, router, and all these things. Now click on execute, and you can see one by one it is installing all this package in your system. So it has just started installing MySQL server 8.0.23. So you just have to wait and watch till the last one. So you can see, if everything is good, then you will be getting this type of icon, like with the valid one, everything is okay. Now everything is, status is showing here complete. Now click on next, and here you can see we have MySQL server 8.0.23 and the router and the sample ready to configure. It means we have to configure the server and router. Now click on next, and here we have to select this config type. So there are three options: development computer, server computer, or dedicated computer. So currently we are going to use our own laptop, so we can select this development computer because we are going to develop on this our same computer. We don't have any server computer, or we don't have any dedicated computer only for the MySQL. So I'm going to select this, and you can leave all these things as it is. No need to change the port number, no need to change the protocol number, right? Just leave as it is and click on next. Just click on next, and here we need to enter the MySQL root password. So whatever password you will be putting here, that you need to remember that is your MySQL root account password. So I'm going to write here. You can make a strong password with the letters and special characters and numbers, right? So currently it's showing medium, but you can put your password as per your understanding, as per your requirement, right? and then you have to click on add user. You can enter the username. So I'm going to just put here UiPath RPA, and then you can just leave as it is this all host. Do not select localhost, just click on all host. You can also leave this DB admin because you are going to become a database admin. If you want to choose anything that you are going to become a designer, DB manager or anything, but I will suggest you can use DB admin, and here you can put credential for the MySQL user. So I'm going to use the same thing that I used in the root account password, right? Now press OK, and then you have added this one here successfully. Now click on next. Now this is showing configure MySQL server as a Windows service. So this is Windows service name MySQL 80. It means 80 means 80. This is your MySQL server version 8023. So it is showing 80. Now here we have a standard system account and custom user. So I will go with the standard system account. Click on next, and it is showing all this configuration, like it is going to apply the configuration. So we need to click on execute, so it all will be applied here. So click on execute and just wait for some time to complete all these things. So you can see everything is completed successfully. Configuration for MySQL server, this version was successful. Click finish to continue. So click on this, and now you can see it is showing all this MySQL server, router and samples. Configuration complete. Click on next so that it can complete all these two, this one and this one. Click on next, and now MySQL router configuration. Bootstrap MySQL router for each with InnoDB cluster. If you want to use that, you can select anything or you can click on finish, and now click on next again. This is the server that we have installed. It is running now. So here now we have to enter that password that we used for the root accounts. This is the root, and we have to enter that password, and then click on check. So if connection successful, then you will be getting green color, connection succeeded, and here it's okay, right? Now click on next and click on execute. We have to click on wait. So yeah, we can wait for that. And now here it's showing the configuration for sample and examples. This one was successful. Now we can click on finish, and now everything is done. Click on next, and now here you can see we have two options: start MySQL workbench after setup and start MySQL cell after setup. Yeah, we can check that so that it will open that workbench, and I can show you that after installing that. So click on finish. So cell, it is started now, MySQL JS, and then this MySQL workbench also started here. So here you can see we have this MySQL workbench. So from here we can click on database, we can connect to the database, we can manage the connections, we can do everything from here. You can see new query, it means we can write our query from here. So let me click on database, connect to the database. Local instance MySQL 80. This is the standard one. We can select that, and password stored in the vault. So this is already stored there. So we can just click OK. And now it is asking for the password. So we have to put that root password and click on save password in bold. Now click OK. Now connection established successfully in the MySQL workbench, and then you can create database. You can start working on that. You can create a table, and you can fetch query from here. So you can see here we can create a new schema and then new table like that, so you can start working on that. So we have successfully downloaded latest version of MySQL, and we have successfully installed MySQL in our system. In this video I am going to show you how to connect UiPath and MySQL, and also I will show you what is the connection string of MySQL. It means I will explain connection string of MySQL, and I will also show you what are the steps you need to follow to connect with UiPath and MySQL. So let's start now. But before that, if you have not subscribed my channel, then please subscribe and please hit the like button. So let's start. Let me open UiPath Studio. So I have just created one simple project. The second thing, I'm going to open that MySQL which I have installed. So if you have not installed MySQL yet, then please go through my previous video. That will help you to download latest version MySQL and install that in your system. So I have already installed, so I'm going to search for MySQL Workbench. So I will open this one, MySQL Workbench 8.0 CE. So it is open now. Now you can see here we are getting MySQL connections. So this is the by default local instance connection that is created while installing MySQL. So if you'll go through my video, you can understand MySQL 80 was there in the local instance server name, and there was a root account and there was a password also of the root account, right? So what we can do, if we have this one, we can just click on that, or you can also go to the database and click on manage connections, and from here you can select your connection name. From here you can select that this is your connection name. If you want to change the name, you can change that also, but I'm going to take this as it is. Now here you can see in the connections we have a host name, that is local host, port 3306, username root, and password that is stored in the vault. It means password which we have used while installing, so we have to remember that password. Now you can click on test connection. So if you have already done that, so you'll be getting this one. You can just click on that. Now here you need to enter that root account password. So I'm going to enter that, and now click OK. So if your password credential is valid, then you will see this page. It means we have connected here with the server. Now this is the query page. Here we can write our query, like create database, or like create table, select query, update query. Here we can write. So first you can see if you have database available. So I'm going to write show databases, and then click on this execute button. So it is showing currently we have these system defined database available, but I'm going to create my own database. So for that we have to write create database and then database name. So I'm going to create here that is UiPath RPA, right? Now click on execute. So first, to connect with the UiPath and this MySQL, we should have our database available. So we have created. Here you can see create database, one row affected successfully, and then again you can search for here show databases. Execute this one, and you can see your database is now in this list, UiPath RPA. Now what we can do, we can just write here use UiPath RPA. It means use this database. I'm going to use this one, right? I have used that. Now whenever I will run our query, that will run from this database only. Now I have created that. Now to just connect with UiPath and MySQL, there is no need to create any table, or there is no need to insert any data into the table. We have this database, that's okay. Now I'm going to show you how to connect with UiPath with this MySQL. So let me open UiPath Studio now. First we need one activity to connect our UiPath with MySQL. So which package we need to install? You can first go to the manage packages and click on all packages, click on the search and write here UiPath dot database dot activities. Just select that one and click on install, click on save. So it takes some time to install that package. It has all the list of activities which is used to connect or which is used to work with the MySQL. Now I have installed this package. Now to connect, we have to first search here in the activities connect. So this connect activity is used to connect UiPath with MySQL. Now just double click on that and click on configure. First you can see we need to click on connection wizard. Now in this list, in the data source, we are not getting any MySQL data sources. We just have Access, ODBC, SQL Server and SQL Server database file. But in this scenario, we are going to connect with MySQL data source. So we don't have that. If I will click on other also, then also I am not getting these things. We have only ODBC, OLEDB and SQL Server. So how can we connect that if we don't have? So don't worry about that. Do not install any data source, any databases for the MySQL. Do not install any other application in your Windows. You just have to do one thing. You have to prepare a connection string for MySQL. So how can you do that? Let me show you. So here you can see connection string. It means we need server, we need UID, it means user ID, we need password and the database, because we need to connect with the specific database, so these details we need to provide. I hope you know what is connection string. So connection string is a collection of information which is used to connect MySQL with any applications, right? So how can we put these details in the server and UID? What are the details we need to add? How will we know that which data we need to add here in the server? So this is the connection string which I have prepared for my system, for my MySQL. So how can you prepare this one? So first you can see, open this MySQL and then go to the database, click on manage connections. Now you can see, now here we are getting this connection name. This is for our local instance. Now this is the host name. So host name is our server name. Now again, if you'll create a new connection, if you click on new, then this time you'll be getting host name is this one. So in that scenario, your host name will be this IP address, not localhost. So I am just using the default one which I have created while installing MySQL. So I'm going to use, so this host name will be your server name. So I have used that. Now UID, so UID means your username. So this root will be your username, UID name. So you need to just update that root UID. Now password. So password will be that you have used while installing against that root account. So I have entered this one, MySQL at 2021. Now database, so database I am using this one because my database that I have created, which is this one, UiPath RPA. So we have to provide the specific database, because if we have multiple database available in the MySQL server, but we want to work with the only one database, so we have to connect with that. So I have used UiPath RPA, this database. Now this is it. Now we have this connection string available. Now what you have to do, you have to copy this complete connection string, go to UiPath Studio, click on configure. Now here we have option connection string. So just paste here. I have already used this double quotation here, so there is no need to put here any double quotation here. Now from here you have to click on that and select mysql.data.mysql client. So you are getting this option here, but when you are going to search here, this is not available, right? So you just have to create that connection string here, prepare that, and then paste here, and then select this data provider. So this is the provider name. Now press OK. Now we are done. We have added that. Now here it is not showing, but what you can do, again you can go here and select that, and now this is added. You can see this is the provider name and this is the string name. Now click on run. So you will see here we will not be getting any error here. Now it means connection successful. We are not getting any error. So by this way you can connect UiPath with MySQL, and then you can, what you have to do, you can just create one variable, control K, and then connection string. So what will happen? Now we have already established a connection between UiPath and MySQL, and we have stored this complete connection string information in this database connection string variable. You can see this is the database connection, and then next time whenever you are going to write a query, you just have to use the existing connection. In this video I am going to cover the complete MySQL automation. In this video I will show you how to insert data into the MySQL using UiPath. It means how to write an insert query in MySQL using UiPath, how to write update query, select query, or like delete query in MySQL using UiPath. And I will also show you how to insert data from data table to MySQL table directly instead of using insert query one by one. So this is the complete MySQL tutorial. But before that, if you have not seen my previous video, if you don't know how to download MySQL, how to install MySQL in your system, then you can go through my previous video. If you don't know how to connect UiPath with MySQL, then you can watch my previous video. And then this video will help you to automate MySQL. So let's start now. But before that, if you have not subscribed my channel yet, then please subscribe and please press the like button. As of now, you have seen I have established a connection between UiPath and MySQL. So here you have seen I have already created one database. This is UiPath RPA, but I have not created any table here. So if you want to just see what are the tables, system defined table available here, so you can just write here show tables and then execute this one. So there is no value available here. So first we have to create a table. So I'm going to just create simple table which will help you to understand. So to create a table, you have to write here create table and then table name. So table name I can put here MySQL test, right? And then open close bracket. Here we can write id, that is integer, and then we can write primary key, comma. Second, I'm going to take that is name, or if you think this id not required, you can delete. But basically id we always use for the identification purpose, and that is always primary key. Now we can take, let's say for this can be employee name, or like this can be anything. So employee name, and this will be varchar, and then I'm going to take varchar 35, comma, employee ct. Again this will be varchar 35. Now that's it. Just select that and run that. So you can see it is running now. Create table MySQL test, this one, show tables, and run that. So here it is showing MySQL test. It means this table that we have created here, this is available in this UiPath RPA database. Now you can write here select star from MySQL test. So this is the table. Now we are going to write select query, and you can see currently we don't have any value. So we have created database and we have created table. Now I am going to show you how to write insert query in MySQL using UiPath. So let me open UiPath Studio. So here we have already established a connection between UiPath and MySQL, and I already have this connection string variable here. Now to write insert query, I need to take here execute non query, this activity. So I will just connect with this, and now I already have one variable, that is connection string. So I'm going to take this one, execute non query. Right side here we have a connection string and existing connection string. So yes, I'm going to take this one because this will take database connection type variable. So I'm going to use connection string here. I have to write insert query, so double click on that. Here we have to put that SQL query. So either we can directly put here, or we can click on this input section SQL, and then I need to write insert query. So you can use here. So let me first write here insert into table name, this MySQL test, then values, open close bracket, then first is the ID, second value that is employee name. So in the single quotation I'm going to write here Manish Pandey, comma, again in the single quote I'm going to write here New Delhi. So copy this one, copy this complete query, and we need to write this query in UiPath. So I have not executed that. You can just see here currently we don't have any data. Now I'm going to write in the double quotation. It means this is a string. Now press OK, and now you can run this. Now you can see execution successful. Just select this part and execute that. Now you can see data has been inserted into this table. Same way, there are other options. We have a parameters. You can use parameter instead of this value, this default value. Now the second thing, I'm going to show you how to write update query in MySQL using UiPath. So to write update query, we should have some data. So currently we have one record. Let me put one more record here, 2, and then let me just put here UiPath RPA, and let me just change this to Delhi. So I'm going to insert this record and run this. So currently it is showing second record, UiPath RP and Delhi. Now my requirement is to change value of employee city from Delhi to New Delhi. So for that I have to write one query, that is update table name. So our table name is this MySQL test, set column name. So column name is employee EMP city equal to what we want to set. We want to set equal to New Delhi, where ID equal to, okay, or where ID equal to, or where employee name equal to UiPath RP. We can do like that. So just copy this one and open UiPath Studio and open this query and remove this insert query and paste that update query. Now OK, and run this. So execution successful. Now just go to the select star, execute this query, and you can see now this has been changed ID to employee city New Delhi. Earlier it was Delhi. So by this way you can write update query in MySQL using UiPath. Now I'm going to show you how to write select query in MySQL using UiPath. Currently we are directly writing select a star from table name and we are executing this from MySQL Workbench. But now I am going to run this from UiPath Studio. So let me open UiPath Studio. So here now we need to write, let's say, this query, select a star from this one. Okay. So currently if I am running this one, I am getting 2 records. Okay. So to write select query, we need to take here execute query. Just use that. Now if you don't know about this, like why we are using execute query, why we are using execute non-query, so you can go through my one of the video that I have used for the SQL automation. That video will help you to understand what is the difference between execute query and execute non-query. I will also put that video link in my description. You can go through that. And this is one of the most asked interview questions. Okay, so in the execute query, again we have this connection string available. I'm going to use here that connection string variable, and we need to write select query. So first here we need to write this query. So copy this and paste in the double quotation. Right now, if I will directly run that, it will be executed and will not get any output here. But whenever we run this query, we get some output in the table, right, in the result grid, in the rows and columns. It means these data can only be stored in the data table. So for that, here you can see in the output data table, we should create one data table, that is, so we can write here EMP DT, employee data table. Now, so I'm going to write here one activity, write range, this one workbook, connect with this. Let me take one Excel file, click on this. We already have one config Excel sheet. Let me take here sheet 2 if that is available or not. Now here I'm going to take employee DT. Okay, so you know what will happen, this connect activity will connect UiPath with MySQL. This execute query will run this query and it will store the data to the data table, and this write range activity will write that data to Excel. So just run that. and execution successful. So just we need to go to the project folder and we need to open that config Excel. And we need to go to the SIT2, and here you can see we have both records available here. Only the mistake that we have not used add headers. How to insert data from data table to MySQL? As of now you have seen how to get the data from MySQL table and write to data table, right? Now I'm going to show you how to insert the data from data table to MySQL table. So let me open UiPath Studio. So here let me delete this execute query and write range, and then you need to insert data from data table to MySQL table. So we need to use here one insert activity. So insert activity is used to insert data from data table to table. So first, right side in the existing connection, I am going to write connection string, and then in this data table. So first we need one data table so that we can insert into SQL table. So let me first go to the any Excel file, this config Excel file. I'm going to this here. Now we have 1 2 3 and then 4. I'm going to insert 5 records here. So I have these 3 records available in this Excel file, and I want to just insert these data to MySQL table. So what will I do? I will just close that, and here before insert activity I will take one read range activity, this one. Let me first connect with this one. Click on this, select that Excel file, and you know this is SIT2, and delete this one. And this time I'm not going to take add headers because I'm just passing those data here. Now just put here empdt, which we have created. We already have that. Now in the insert we already have this existing connection string. Now in the data table I'm going to use empdt. Now in the table name I need this table name, MySQL test. I will copy this, in the double quotation I will paste that, and then if you have this Excel open, just close that. Now run this one. Currently it's showing unknown column 0 in filled list. Let me add here ID, EMP name and EMPCT. ID, EMP name, EMPCT, and save that SIT2 and close that. Now in the read range we have SIT2 and there is no range. Now click on this add headers, and now we can run this. We should not get any error now here. Okay, so you can see here I just added headers in that Excel file and we are not getting any error here. So you can just go and run this one, execute this query, and you can see all this data inserted into that. Now we have third, fourth and fifth records available here. So by this way we can insert data from data table to SQL table. Today in this video I am going to show you how to uninstall MySQL from your PC from Windows 7 or Windows 8 or Windows 10. So if you are still using any MySQL product like MySQL Workbench or anything, so before uninstalling that MySQL product you have to first close all this MySQL products, search for control panel here and then click on programs and features. You can just click on this name, so it will sort all these programs name wise in the ascending order. So now you can see, you can scroll down and you can see MySQL. So first MySQL, it is showing connector, so just click on that and install that. So you have to follow everything what I am showing here, so it will help you to uninstall complete MySQL from your PC. So if you remember, while installing MySQL we installed connector. So it has like around 4 connectors here. First connector, that is C++ that we uninstalled. Now the second is connector J, so you have to select that, click on uninstall. Now third connector is MySQL connector net 8.0.23, so select and uninstall that also. So one by one you can follow my video and all these steps and you can do the same thing in your system. Now the last connector, that is ODBC, so MySQL connector ODBC, then that we have uninstalled successfully. Now the second thing, whenever you install MySQL, we also install examples, samples and the documents of MySQL. So we have to uninstall that documents as well and the examples and samples of that MySQL. So uninstall that also. Now here we have a MySQL installer community, so we need to uninstall that also. Now we have a MySQL router 8.0, so select that and uninstall that. Now we have MySQL server 8.0, select and click on uninstall. Now click on MySQL shell and uninstall that. Now click on MySQL Workbench 8.0, click on uninstall. So first step you have successfully completed, it means you have uninstalled all these MySQL components from control panel, right? Now second steps you have to follow. Open File Explorer, open your folder, go to the C drive and click on this program files and search if you have any MySQL related product here. You can search for that. Okay, now go to the program files, search for MySQL. So you can see here we have this MySQL folder and it has 2 folders, MySQL shell and MySQL Workbench. So you can directly delete from here this complete folder. Now the second step you have completed. Third step, what you have to do, you have to click on this start menu and then click on all apps, scroll down here and search for MySQL, and you can see if we have any folder related to MySQL, you can search for here that. So it shows that it is not available here. It means everything uninstalled successfully. Press Windows key and search for registry editor, this one. Open this and just click here and go to the H key current user and then click on software and then search for MySQL if we have anywhere. So you can see MySQL is not there. So if you are not getting MySQL folder here in the H key current user under software, then no problem. It means it is successfully uninstalled from there also. So you have successfully uninstalled MySQL from your PC. So I hope it helped you. If so, then please subscribe this channel if you have not subscribed it, and please like this video. Thank you so much guys. Thank you.